You are listening to the WYRD Mountain Gals Show. Prepare yourself.
So that will suit it just fine because they're used to us being, I'm going to say feisty, but really the word is, I don't know, what is the word? Angry, pissed off,
I think
tired,
for
overwrought?
me, for me, the word is done. I am
Done.
just done. Yesterday, I'm still healing up from this surgery, trying to take it easy. There's all kinds of things going on that normally I would have dealt with, but I can't because I took golly, believe it or not, 4 days. I took 4 days to not be doing anything but healing up. So yesterday, somebody that I don't know but is a Facebook friend, I posted that thing about how we've not gotten any help from the federal government from Helene. And this woman had the nerve to post on my page, well, y'all get what you voted for. You red states, you voted for it. Now you're just gonna have to suck it up and live with it. Something like that. Well, she has said something like that before. And I corrected her and I thought, well, she's a person whose life is hard and, blah, blah, all that shit. Well, my response to her was, to hell with you. And I unfriended her. Well, then somebody else came in today to say, well, I don't know why y'all are being so mad at her, because that's exactly right. If y'all just quit voting against your own interests, blah, 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 to hell with you. And then I just blasted out on Facebook this diatribe about, y'all, I don't understand exactly where you're coming from, that you feel like it's okay to come onto my page and say some like that to me. But you need to understand that I'm unfriending anybody who even, you don't even have to say it. You just have to intimate that that's how you feel about this. And by God, you are gone, because I will clean the house. And that's where I am with it. I'm done. I'm just done. And the only reason I have not blocked these two people is because I want them to be able to look and go, oh, we're not friends anymore. I wonder why. And go back to that post and go, oh, that must be it. And then I'm blocking both of those asses so they never see anything I post again. And that's going to happen, word to the wise, y'all, to anybody who comes into my social media and pulls that kind of stunt. Now, a person who is an actual friend of mine today said, well, it is kind of true. Y'all got a shitty Republican governor. And I said, listen up. I am so disappointed that you didn't do 1 minute's worth of research in Google to find out that not only do we have a Democratic governor, we have a Democratic lieutenant governor and a Democratic AG, and I'm very disappointed in you. Now, I did
Yeah.
not unfriend her because she backed off of it and she went, oh, yeah, I should have checked that. Sorry. But by God, I ain't putting up with anybody else's bullshit about anything. Not about Helene, not about how people vote, none of that. If suddenly you are not seeing my posts on Facebook, you may assume for yourself that I have not only unfriended you, I have blocked you. And I don't want to hear from you again because you are, in fact, dead to me. And if I even whiff anything beyond that, I'm going to hex your ass in the next week. Be sure of it.
Be warned. Be warned.
Sorry, I put something in the recycling.
Mm.
Um, and yes, for 18 months, I've been dealing with this searing pain. And that, I guess, has toned me down a little bit. But by God, I'm done. I am just done. So that is the long answer to what word do we want to use? Well, the word I'm using is done.
Now I
Done.
can't I can't even remember what we were talking. I'm sure I was saying how are you? So, now I
No,
know.
you were saying how tired and ragged you are, and you didn't even know what word to use.
Uh, yeah, okay. Well, and now I kind of do, and I know what word you're using. So,
Done. And it's got a
Done.
couple of big old cuss words in front of it too.
A couple of crows. So,
Crow, 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 crow.
so how's your sleep been since you had the surgery?
Good. I got to make sure and not sleep on that side because it's still tender.
Oh, and throbby and stuff.
A little bit. Not too bad throbby, but it is tender. And it
Did
was
you
very,
get a bunch of stitches?
I did. I
Mm.
got 2 layers of stitches
Mm.
and two teeth pulled. I mean, it was a big procedure.
Stitches in the mouth
The
are so
gum, yeah.
hard in the gum. There's so many nerve endings that you wouldn't expect around your tongue and around your. Oh, it's just something else.
Hmm.
I, I
I'm starting to get feeling back in my chin.
ooh, you must have
Yeah.
had one hell of a local.
Oh,
And I'm sure
I did not have a local. I mean, maybe I did. I don't know. They knocked me out.
when no, I mean after you got out of surgery, was your jaw numb?
Well, my chin had been numb for probably a month before that.
Oh my God.
So anyway,
Oh my
but
God, that's
I'm
terrible,
on
Byron.
I'm on the road to feeling better, but also feeling better means that my patience is at an end, apparently.
Well, I have to tell you, those tomatoes are the best tasting tomatoes ever.
Aren't they
It's
yummy?
exactly what I wanted all this time.
Yeah. I had a big old mortgage lifter for lunch today with salt on it.
So I have a question that it's like a beginning gardener question, and I never have noticed before. Many times, well, how do you, I mean, when you're saving the seeds, do you just take a tomato, keep this and dry out the seeds until next year? Or how do you do that?
Um, the way I do it is I cut the tomato from stem end to blossom end and
Okay.
open it up. And it's best if you leave that tomato on the vine for as long as you can. So it gets not only ripe, but completely ripe and starting to wrinkle up and get bugs and whatever else. And then cut it open, scrape the seed out and see if the seed looks like it's seed, that's not just
Yeah.
mushy guts in the middle of tomato. And then I put them on paper towel and let them dry.
Paper towel. And then
Yeah.
how do you store them? Do you store them in
I
like a little
store them
glass container?
in a pill bottle.
Okay. Oh, well, that's smart. A pill bottle. Yeah, because they're tiny. Hmm.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
very, very, very small.
Okay. Because I definitely want to keep some seeds if I can and try and start them next year. These tomatoes, what I noticed is they're not like these giant tomatoes you see in Ingles or something. They are smaller. They're the way I remember them. And even those Roma tomatoes, the ones that were the Oxenhart tomatoes,
Uh-huh.
oh my gosh, such good taste.
It's a
So,
wonderful Italian tomato, that San Marzano.
yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
they're
for
very
those.
flavorful.
I can't believe how fast we got into what feels like autumn.
I
Yesterday,
know. Isn't that wonderful?
it is. I was driving yesterday and I thought the seasons are turning already. But I know we're going to have a hot spell. I know we'll get hot again.
Oh
But
yeah. In
you can
September.
see
We
it.
always do.
Well, you
Yeah.
can see it in the plants, Byron. You can see how the trees are mature and they're right at that point of turning. To me, I feel it. I feel the seasons getting ready
Yeah.
to change. And I feel the cool wind getting ready to blow just a little bit. At
Uh-huh.
least I'm hoping. I'm tired of the heat. The heat is draining for me.
Me
I'm not,
too.
yeah.
Golly.
Must be some Northern European roots or something in my family because I really and have never liked the heat. Even as a child, I didn't like them.
No,
Didn't like
I'm
the
just
heat.
no good at it, I'm afraid.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you seem to just kind of have a steady kind of plow to you, if that makes any sense. It's like,
You
okay, it's summer.
you
Okay,
you
it's
can
winter.
say you can say that after the first 10 minutes of this podcast.
Yeah, you get through shit.
Well,
And you
or
may
what
not you don't
what the hell else are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
well, I've seen some examples today, this morning, as a matter of fact, of what you could be doing, you know. Um, yeah. I'd rather be somebody who can cope, or at least try to cope. Yeah, then
Do your best to cope. That's what I say.
yeah,
Just nobody can fault you if you do your best.
try if you
I
do the
mean,
best you can.
they can.
Mhm.
I went to Walgreens today to pick up some eye drops because I'm out of eye drops, and when the wind is blowing a lot, my eyes get dry. So I was in there and I saw dry erase markers, and we needed some at the temple. So I just picked some up, yay, because we can't find ours now. Everything is just all jumbled up. And so I sent a note to the people I call the staff now. And I just sent them a little picture saying, yeah, I was at Walgreens, I picked these up. And rather than responding with, oh, yay, or thumbs up, or whatever, the, the one person who was always a little critical of everything I do, her response was, did you get a new whiteboard? No, I didn't do that. I did look at them, but they were small. They were too small. But no, no. And so what that teaches me, and it's a hard one lesson, is that when people do any little thing, I'm gonna be grateful for it because pretty damn often people don't even do one little thing. They don't even do that. I have specifically asked for things that just don't happen. Um, and I'm trying to be pretty kind of laid back about that. I mentioned today, well, it's because I see things that I think other people don't see. And one of them said, well, what do you mean? And I said, like in that corner right there, we know there's a drip coming off one of those pipes that we need for the landlord to look at. But somebody has moved a lamp directly under that drip. And they were like, well, oh no, I didn't even notice that. Well, they had all the knowledge I had that there's a drip and that is an electric lamp. So why does your brain not put together that those things shouldn't? I, so I don't know. I'm no Sherlock Holmes, but I do see things that I think other people just over their head,
That's possible.
over their
Yeah,
head.
yeah, I'd say so. Oh,
Uh-huh. And so what are you going to do? You just kind of shrug, take care of the problem.
yeah, you do.
And what am I
So
not seeing? I think, oh, you're so smart, you see everything. Well, that's stuff I ain't seeing either.
I don't know.
That's why it
I
takes a
mean,
village to get any one damn thing done.
true enough. Well, I noticed that Miss Mannheimer is running again for is it a fourth or fifth term?
Oh, gee,
Speaking of,
Jehoshaphat. If that doesn't make me so damn mad that person has got the nerve, the whatever nerve.
unmitigated gall.
That's it. Thank you. Given the state of this city, I don't know. But I did notice that Mr. Mo Davis has stepped away. He took
Hmm.
his little football and went home with it because the Democrats weren't being nice to him.
I mean,
Uh,
I don't know what to say except that I'm done with party affiliations now. I'm done
yeah.
with it.
Oh, hell yeah. Me too.
It doesn't work. It hasn't worked, and it's a system that is broken.
Yeah.
It used to mean something. It was like a lot of other things used to mean something, and it doesn't anymore. So when, red state, blue state, you state, I mean, I
Yeah.
just, but yeah, she's got what I've been, what small amount I've been able to see about it. People seem to think she's not going to have much competition.
Oh, I'm
Uh,
sure not because
why not?
she's rich as Croesus. That's why. And she's got the real estate industrial complex in her pocket, or they have her in their pocket.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, well, okay. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say about Esther, except that she's got a cushy position right now. Is what
Yeah.
it seems like, because what she's doing now is managing all the funds that did come in, because there were more funds that came in for Helene than would have normally come in on a normal year. And in a
Right.
normal year,
Right.
she still spends a lot of her time either advocating for certain funds to be allocated here or there, or out trying to sell the town,
Yeah. Down
sell
the
the
river.
agenda.
Sell the town down the river.
Yep, yep. Which, yeah. And I was also going to say on this one, this podcast, I wanted to say yay for Labor Day being almost here, because what that means traditionally is that the tourists are going to maybe calm down for about 3 weeks and before the fall leaves hit. And I saw the French Broad River over the weekend, and it was the color. It was exactly brown. There was no water look to it. It was all just like red clay dirt that was moving. And you
Yeah.
would not believe the people that were out swimming in that, and boating and canoeing and bleh, bleh. It was the
No,
color of
thank
what is
you.
supposedly in there. And I can't I can't go there in my mind. Who would
No,
want to?
ma'am.
I'd just as soon, I mean, I'd just as soon canoe down the Hudson River or so, I mean, it's just nasty. The French Broad is nasty right now, and it's going to be
It
for a
is
long time.
nasty.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't
plus,
all great before the hurricane, but after the hurricane, forget it.
we
For
don't
sure.
know what is coming into that river through Swannanoa when the Swannanoa hits the French Broad. And we don't know what's coming into the French Broad at the Pigeon. So
Yeah.
we don't know any of that, and ain't nobody telling us that
Mm-mm.
because we can't get a straight answer out of anybody.
I,
I want to
I, there,
know. I want to know E. coli parts per million. I want to know that.
I'll bet it's off the chart.
I
And
bet it's
I'll
off the
bet it
chart.
is, but especially after this run of weather combined with tourists who are out of their element. So instead of having places to go that have trash cans, they're sitting on the sides of the roads that they can get to at the parkway, at Sandy Bottoms. I see them because I drive by there almost every day. And they're throwing food in there, they're throwing whatever in there, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
yeah. So goodbye to the French Broad being something that anybody would even pretend to want to get into. Uh, you know, we
For
have an
now.
apple festival this weekend in Hendersonville,
Oh, yeah, yeah, Labor Day. That's right.
and it used to be one of my favorite festivals, and even that has changed this year. I think it's gone corporate, and somebody told me they were going to start having alcohol, and if they do that, the festival fun is
Oh,
over. Because the thing that made it nice was we didn't have to battle the drunks like we used to at Belshare. Remember
right. I do
that?
remember that.
Mhm. So that's happening. You're going to Louisiana.
I am
Are you flying or driving?
driving.
Ooh, that's quite a big old drive.
Oh, well, we're going to go down to Atlanta and stay with Joe's sister the first night. So that's about 3.5 hours down to Atlanta, and then it's about 6 hours to Louisiana. It's not bad.
Hey, well, okay.
Yeah.
That's for some people that's a formidable drive, but for you, I'm pretty sure that's not a big
No,
deal.
I mean, that's less than going to Southern Ohio.
True. It's just a
Yeah.
different set of boring roads, though. The roads down to Louisiana, I remember them being kind of boring. Except
That's
for the
okay.
occasional armadillo.
I could do with boring right now. I could do with
Yeah.
a quiet and peaceful town and life, just for a
Well,
little while.
I hope you have a good time down there. I
Oh, I
hope
know
you're,
we
you
will.
know, yeah, I am assuming that this is a family event since Joe's
No,
going with you.
no,
Yeah.
it's a friend. It's a friend's
Oh,
daughter.
oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I think a couple of months ago you said something to me about
yeah.
a wedding coming up. Yeah, you did. I remember now. I didn't know that it somehow my brain had not connected it with this weekend. Should have.
Uh-huh.
But anyway. Well, so Labor Day in the past would have harvest items connected with it. There would usually be a parade or something, wouldn't there? Or is that Memorial Day?
No, I think they do that like little towns like Canton. I think they still do a Labor Day parade.
Or a picnic, maybe? That could be.
Yeah, it's a good thing to celebrate.
I really don't know much about the Labor Day holiday at all. I don't know who started it, how long it's been around. I don't. I just have never paid much attention to it because I always had to work.
Right, right. Well, I mean, I know a little bit about it because my dad was a Teamster, so we were always a labor oriented family.
Ah,
But now the unions are mostly broken, uh,
no.
thanks to the people in charge. Um,
Well, from what I've
and I don't
heard,
want,
they're the only hope in Texas for some folks
yeah,
right now.
yeah.
It's a shame.
It is a shame, but we've been talking about this for how long? 2 decades, saying it's coming, and when it comes, it's going to be bad because these people have been prepping literally since the 1980s. So yeah, y'all, we all need to think about what happened. And that's another thing I'm done with. I'm done with giving people advice about, oh, might be good if you do X, Y, Z. Oh, if I were you right now, here's what I would do to prepare myself. None of that. I've said it all. I ain't got nothing else to say about it. If you weren't listening 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, shit, I ain't got nothing for you. You're going to have to figure that out your own self.
And yeah, people will,
Or they
hopefully.
won't, or they
They either
won't.
will or they'll die with it. Was there always at the Westgate, was Labor Day the time when the the giant Ferris wheel would come and it would sit beside the giant slide for a while? I seem to remember that there was a time of year it would do that. And then
You
after
know,
that, maybe everything closed. I know the
and
pools close.
yeah, I don't remember if that was Labor Day or not, but I do remember that.
I always
Huh.
loved it. I love the giant slide. I would get on it every time I had the chance, even though the legends were that you can't get on it because if somebody broke an arm on it or something one time and
Uh-huh.
it
Yeah.
went on and on and on and on. And so I remember the first time I ever went on the giant slide, I was like, okay, here I go. And it felt like flying for about 10 seconds. I loved it. And after that, I was walk up all those little metal stairs that had all those slats opened up. You'd have to go like 2 or 3 stories up. So they have little 6, 7, 8-year-old kids up there on that and had maybe one thing that you would hold on to get up the stairs. I know, I can't imagine anything like that today. They'd have an
Oh no, it
elevator
would
up
not be
today.
allowed. They would be carried up there on a little plush
It'd be an elevator.
chairlift
Yeah. And they'd be wearing a seatbelt. I'm
and a
sorry.
helmet.
Well, and maybe they should. I don't know. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with safety. Hey, did you know there was a planetarium in Burnsville?
Yes,
Didn't know that.
it's part of that whole dark sky thing.
The Dark Sky Trail thing?
Yeah.
Huh. I did not know that there was a planetarium there, and I'm really looking forward to checking it out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah. I understand they have some good shows coming up that are like they put them on the backdrop of the rounded screen or whatever it is at the
Uh-huh.
planetarium. So and it just sounds like it would be so cool. I used to
Does.
go see Pink Floyd shows that way, laser Pink Floyd shows.
Nice.
Mhm.
Oh, those were
Randy,
the days.
yeah, the Pink Floyd laser light show. And then COVID came. And I remember seeing one, oh, hey, there's a Pink Floyd laser light show over there at the Ag Center. What? And it was you had to be in your car. It was like going to a
Oh.
drive-in because you used your
Hmm.
own car stereo and stuff. You know, it was great for a minute or two. This weekend, I have nothing planned, no Labor Day festivities planned or anything.
Not even picnic?
Not that I know of. Might take myself out to a picnic by the river.
Hmm.
Then after that, I
Just
mean,
don't
who
get
knows?
in.
You can't anymore. It's been the river bank has moved where I go, and
Mm-hmm.
there's I don't know that there is an easy way to get in now, to get down there to it. It's about 10 or 15 feet down. What was that? Hmm.
Was it
I
was it cat dog?
Cat dog's out on the porch right now because the weather is beautiful and I'm here. So that means he gets to go out on the porch and hang out and watch the bunnies. It was funny as crap this past weekend. He gets like all those other cats where he just gets in that mood to stretch and lay on his back some and all of that mess. And he was doing that on the floor near the screen on the side porch there. And a bunny came right up to him, right when he was completely upside down. And he yawned real big. And he kind of turned around and he saw the bunny behind him. And you have never seen a cat flip up so fast. And of course, it scared the bunny off. But, he was like, "What? What happened? Was that a rabbit?" You could see it on his face. But he's been pretty well behaved. He hasn't been acting like there's any big phenomena getting ready to hit us, and I'm happy for that.
Mm-hmm.
The hawks over at Mom's have become more and more common. I think that
Oh.
there's two of them, and I think that they're nesting back in the field behind her house, and I think that's why I hear them so often.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Are they red tails or red shoulders or what?
Red shoulders, red-shouldered hawks, and they're beautiful. And of course, for those of you who drive by the French Broad River, if you every now and then in the daytime, if you're driving by there and you look at some of the debris in the rivers, there'll be like a mound of sticks or a rock or something like that sticking up. If you look at that, about half the time you'll see hawks, crows, buzzards.
Uh-huh.
They love to sit on those branches right in the middle of the river. And I don't know if they're fishing or I imagine they are fishing. Of course, couldn't see anything yesterday, this past weekend. It's all brown.
It's all that
Um,
rain, all that rain.
yep, yep. So our friend Lorraine,
Yes.
the the message that
Wasn't that
she sent,
interesting?
and for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we were contacted by someone who had seen it wasn't a report, it was just a reporting of, I guess, someone who had asked Chat GPT about their tarot card layout. They laid the cards out, they took a photograph of them, and then they said, "Hey, Chat GPT, how about telling me what this means?" So, what's your opinion?
Well, half the people who say they're reading cards don't know how to do it either. So you might just as well. I mean, you know how I feel about AI. You know how I feel about Chat GPT. But if you're not going to bother to learn to read the cards and you can't be bothered to find a real tarot reader, then you deserve whatever kind of reading you get. It's how I feel about it. How do you feel about it, Miss Alicia?
I don't really see how an AI could be a good interpreter of the cards, because from at least the little bit that I think I know about the cards, it is not only the placement of the cards, but also the message that you receive when you're placing the cards, when you're looking at the cards and feeling them and thinking about what the message is. Boom, you get the message. And I don't see how AI could do that.
Well, what you're forgetting is that most tarot readers don't do that either.
Right. Well, I mean, I can't speak to that because yeah, I don't have very much experience with that, but I do believe you on that. I do, based on some of the stuff I've heard people say. But the question in my mind is there a ghost in the machine? Is that a real thing that spirits can use electrical devices, digital things to communicate? Is that a thing? I mean, I know my opinion is that I've been communicated with via lights and at least once or twice a doorbell, a digital, but I just don't, that just doesn't, something about it's not hitting right. The
Well, and
thought
I
of
think
that.
those things you're talking about and some other machines like that are being used as tools by other spirits.
Right.
That's what I think. It's
Yeah.
just a
I,
tool.
and I don't even really have a problem with people using tools. I use typewriters and keyboards and stuff,
It's not the
but
same as using a tool to replace your brain.
right, right. It's not a smart tool. It's not an AI trying to interpret your cards. That
Well,
I
but
guess
I mean, if you've got a 78 card sort of traditional tarot deck, um, being able to discern all the combinations that can have is it's a mathematical nightmare.
yeah.
So the way the way many people read tarot is the way you described it earlier, that you're shuffling, you're putting your feelers out into the universe, you're getting the information you need, you lay the cards, you flip the cards over, and you are listening to your intuition. Let's say it that way.
Okay.
But an awful lot of people simply don't do it that way. They lay out the cards and they go, "Oh, look, it's the Page of Cups. That means blah, blah, blah." And then they go to the next card. "Oh, that's the Empress. And that means blah, blah, blah." And they go to the next card. "Oh, it's the Hierophant. And that means blah, blah, blah." And they are simply not experienced enough to tie those three cards together to say what it means when those three cards are together. Because that's different. The collective of the cards is different than the individual interpretations of the cards.
That makes sense to me. It does
So,
make sense
yes,
to me.
so Chat GPT can look at say you do a 21 card spread, it can look at the meanings of all these cards and and spit out what the meanings of the cards is. But the next step of that for getting a real reading is that the cards are then interpreted by the reader for the person who's being read. So the way you could test it, I guess, is to get a really good tarot reader reading a particular deck, maybe three or four different tarot readers reading different decks for the same person, and then get Chat GPT to read for for that same set of cards for that person and to compare them and do it like a double blind test, I
That's an
think.
interesting thought. I hadn't even thought of that. That's very interesting. Well, Chat GPT is everywhere, as you know. Can't get away from it. Even South Park is you. Matter of fact, South Park, their episode last week was about a character named Randy, And Randy's dream in life was to open a marijuana farm, so he did. It was called Tegrity Farms. And somehow Randy was losing his farm, his money was bad. His wife crawls into bed with him, and the next thing you know, he's talking to Chat GPT to ask for help. She's like, "Oh, that's a great idea." And you find out that Chat GPT is really replacing his wife. And it switches over
Mm.
at some point, and there's other stuff to make it funny there, but it switches over at some point and to the White House. So first it shows this long line of people who are bringing gifts to the orange one, and he's like sitting on a chair like a little baby and is swinging his legs going, "What'd you bring me? What'd you bring me?" And I think it showed the guy from Apple bringing him this globe, and that was a funny part in there. And and every single person who brought him something, they would say, "This is for you, fearless leader, and your penis is definitely not small." Okay, and he'd say, "Oh, thanks, guy." And then at the end of that little segment, and every one of them saying it, he goes off. He picks up the ball, and it looks like a crystal ball on a podium or like a big snow globe. And
Uh-huh.
and Apple really did give him something like that. Okay, so he picks it up and he goes into his bedroom, and Satan's in there. So he's like pulling off his clothes, hopping in bed with Satan. He's like, "Hey, Satan." And he's doing his Satan thing, and he's like, "Look what I got. Maybe we can stick it up your butt later." And then you come to find out that Satan was talking to Chat GPT about how to get away from his abusive partner. And Satan excuses himself and goes to the bathroom, and he's like, "Yeah, do you really think I could get away? I really got to get this." Yes, I
Wow.
know it's awful cartoon and it's base humor, crude and not very intelligent, but it is funny. It's really
Well, it's like
funny.
all that hilarious Gavin Newsom stuff.
um, it may not do any good at all, but I so love it. I love it. And I
Me
love how
too.
people are reacting. I love watching the MAGA reactions.
I
Have you
love it.
seen any of them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They had that woman on Fox News going, "Kevin, why are you doing this? Where's your wife? It should tell you you're making a fool of yourself." And she said, "You're the governor of one of the largest states in the country," or largest state in the country or something. She said, "If you want to go any higher, you're going to have to control yourself." They're totally missing the whole point of
They really are. They're missing the
as
whole
they do.
point.
Yeah, as they do all the time. It just goes.
Yep.
And the whole time Gavin he's just like, "Yep, yep, yep." He posted that image of himself getting prayed over by Hulk Hogan and Kid
Oh my
Rock
God, that was so
and
funny.
that Fox News host, I forget his name. They were all sitting there praying for him, and he posted it really, right there on Twitter. And right away, somebody trolled him, and the first comment was from a Republican, and it said "blaspheme!" exclamation point, exclamation point. And his office tweeted back. He was like, "Oops, sorry, meant to post this one." And he posted a picture that Trump had posted of himself as Pope.
Yes, yes.
And I was like, "Oh, yeah."
Y'all aren't getting this, are you? You are not getting this.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it probably won't do any good. And maybe there'll come a day when I'm embarrassed that I thought it was funny as hell. But right now, I'm just taking what I can get. We've had very few things to laugh about in this political cycle, or I have anyway. So
Oh, me
I'll take
too.
and my little guy Adam Mockler, my little fella that looks like my nephew. He's 16. He looks like he's about 16 years older, that his mom has to drive him over there to get his YouTube movie made. He is going up, 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 up. He spent the weekend working with Elizabeth Warren's campaign, opening
Oh,
it up,
good.
working the crowds. And he also he will go into the lion's den, and he'll whip up on the lions, if you ask me. He went to a Fox News debate and mopped the floor with them. I mean, mop the floor. I saw some of it. I couldn't stand all of it, but I saw some of it and I was like, yeah, that's right. This is what we need. Somebody who can speak well, has a lot of information at their disposal. And,
Yeah, I saw a video I think yesterday of the governor of Illinois, who basically he was talking about the concept of posse comitatus, and he said, look, the federal government is not allowed legally to come into a state because of posse comitatus. So I mean, he can try it, but Illinois is not going to put up with it. So he's not going to be marching on Chicago. Let me just be really clear with you how that is not going to be happening.
I'm not familiar with that term. Could you tell me how to
I
spell?
no, I can't be any clearer than that. But we could, when we post the video, I mean, when we post the podcast, we should put a link to Posse Comitatus
Ah,
because
oh, here we
it's a,
go. It's a federal law that generally prohibits the use of U.S. military personnel, specifically the Army and Air Force, to enjoin civilian laws within the U.S., ensuring the military is not used as a domestic police force. And it
yes,
was
there you go.
enacted in 1878. Well, he's sending National Guard in, but the National Guard didn't exist in 1878 when they wrote this. So that says expressly authorized by the Constitution, such as. Okay. Well, I should
Well,
have
that'll
known.
be interesting. And Newsom in California has said he just better not try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. Uh, I think that, well, no, I'm beyond making bets about his base because I was going to say, I think that maybe his base will even see at that point that he's just trying to go in and blah, blah, blah. But no, forget I said that because
No,
I
because
don't
they
think
were
he'd like.
a woman that I know that I have had great respect for. Very Appalachian, very much in the culture. Well, she had a Jesus moment this year, and now she is like she got all baptized. I mean, she was already Baptist, I'm sure, but now everything is all about church on Sunday and Jesus. And she posted a thing today about, well, there have been 110 murders in D.C. until the last 2 weeks or 10 days or whatever, and not a single one. I wonder what the difference is. So, civil rights are unimportant to her because she's a Baptist and they apparently don't understand about civil rights.
They do not. The Baptists are in their minds are chosen.
Yeah, of
I
course
know
they
what
are.
I'm talking about on that.
No, I
I
know
mean,
you do.
they're very at least the ones that have had some experience with have been really entitled.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
I've never seen any other denomination that would get into politics the way that the Baptists do, except for one other church, and I think I've told you that story. And he was a non-denominational pastor,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he had started out, I think he was a little too wild even for the United Methodists. So he had a non-denominational church where it was just like, let's go and have a fantasy every Sunday. We'll dress up and wear flags and dance and act crazy for about an hour. They acted far crazier, and that's a weird word. They acted far more out of control than the folks at the drum circle do.
Oh,
When the
yeah.
drum
Yeah.
circle's been going about an hour and everybody's good and going, that's nothing compared to this church. They'd run up and down and kick their feet and just anyway. Yeah, it's a fantasy world. And this was the same church where the guy had to cut out a bush. And he said, you may not like him, but unless you vote for him, you're not a Christian. And he said it in his sermon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's still around and he still has a church. He still has people who listen to him. I mean, I could not believe what I was hearing. But
That's the
that's
way
small.
Baptists used to be.
Yeah. Well, that's small potatoes compared to the stuff that we witness now. And that is why time is different. Time
Mm-hmm.
is different because we have too many big things coming at us too fast. we can't take it all in, and we end up normalizing things that should never be normalized. But it makes us, we know on some level things are weird. There's a disconnect. Tell me, did you used to go to the little carnivals that would come around here in the summer and stuff? Did you ever go to those?
No, not too often. But hey, there was one a few weeks ago out at the mall in the mall's parking lot.
I think I saw it at the Asheville Mall on
Yeah,
Tunnel Road. Yeah, yeah.
merry-go-round and and all that stuff.
Ferris wheel.
They're always so sweet to see at night. They're so colorful.
Oh. Have you ever been on one of those rides that just goes spins round and round, loud music?
Yeah, not often because that really will trigger my car sickness, and I will
Yeah,
throw up like anything. Woohoo!
right there on the
Right
ride.
on the ride. Well, look out for the projectile vomiting. Here it comes.
I remember those. I remember they had a ride called the Himalayan, and it's you were supposed to be in a snow sled, a bobsled, and you'd get on it, and it'd have kind of hills, but it was basically just going up and down or going around and around in a circle, and they play really loud rock music, Def Leppard or something.
Wow.
And you just go around and around. But the one that used to get me, it was just a round wire cage that was flat on the top and flat on the bottom, but all the sides were round. And you would get in there, stand against the wall, and I can't remember if there was like some little seat belt. If there was, it was not a shoulder strap. It was just something that would go across your waist. And there'd be about 20 other people in there with you. And it was a small kind of a round thing. And they'd just spin around and around as fast as it could. And then at some point, the floor would drop out of it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And the centrifugal force, I guess is what you call it,
yeah.
would hold you up. That
Crazy.
that is a that's a vomit episode waiting to happen. I can't believe
Absolutely.
anybody could ride it. But I did one, only once. So,
I
um,
love it. That's so funny. I
that's the
miss
way it is.
doing those simple, innocent sort of things.
Me
I miss
too.
it.
Me too. I miss
And
I
I'm
miss the
very
drive.
I'm sad about the Apple Festival. I hope they don't do alcohol.
Do too. I'm really dreading that. If they do, it'll change the whole way. I mean, I have nothing against alcohol at festival, but
No,
this
me either.
festival has always been very family and child oriented, and
Mm-hmm.
because they kept everything really clean and just, I don't know what to say, but it seemed very old fashioned because it
Yeah.
was. It's like the
And
biggest seller
wholesome.
there was
Seems
apples.
wholesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope I'm wrong about that. I hope I heard that gossip and it was just gossip and it was wrong. So
Good. I hope so
anyway,
too.
yeah. Well, I know we got some moon stuff coming up, and I know you've got this big thing coming in going to Louisiana, the great state of Louisiana.
I'm gonna eat me some seafood out of the Gulf,
Yes.
and it's
Yeah.
gonna be delicious. And I'm gonna eat raw oysters and
Are you gonna
etouffee and gumbo and shrimps and yeah, all that.
are you gonna be close to the Gulf?
I think so.
Are you on the
Yeah.
coastline? Okay. I actually like Louisiana when it's not so hot that I can't breathe,
Well,
which is
it's gonna be hot, but we're staying in a nice air conditioned place, and
good.
the wedding venue is air conditioned. Though the wedding itself will be outside, but it's
Oh,
gonna be short. They assure me it's gonna be short.
it'll be fine. I'm sure
It'll
it'll
be
be fine.
lovely, be perfect in every way.
Well, I just want you to enjoy yourself,
I'm going
and
to
we'll be
still
thinking
be
about
taking
you.
care of, I'll be still be taking care of myself and trying to rest as much as I can.
Yeah, get you some sleep if you can, and take really good care of yourself. Enjoy yourself. Call if you get bored. I know you won't, but call if you do. And I guess I should let you go. We'll all be thinking about you.
Oh, good.
So
Well, you don't need to worry. worry about me. Just
No.
need to take care of each other. That's the thing. Take care of each other.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all we can do. So
Yep.
have a
Yep.
good time.
Well,
My time's coming.
yes, your time is coming, and sometime our time will be coming, and two of us are gonna go to the beach. We're gonna eat some hush puppies, some delicious other kind of food. I don't know. Hush puppies, all I'm thinking of,
That's
because I
that
can't put anything very big in my mouth right now because it won't open very much.
and
But
hush puppies are
I
soft.
believe I could manage to break up a hush puppy and put it in.
Well, honestly, that thought of getting to the beach is the thing that has kind of kept me going the
I
last couple
believe
of
it.
weeks.
I
So
believe it.
it's going to happen. All right. Be careful.
All right,
Enjoy yourself.
I will. Thank
Call or
you.
text anytime. We're
Yeah,
totally
you too.
out.
You too.
There's no
All right,
telling
love you
what's going to
big.
happen with the weirdlands while you're gone. So we may, who knows?
Oh, uh-oh.
Could be anything. So
It could be anything that could happen. All right, y'all be good. Thanks for listening again.
we'll see you, Byron. Behave.
Bye. No.
Bye.
Bye.
WYRD Radio.
I'm not putting up with that crow, 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 crow bullshit.